Hello everyone, this is Charles BridgTec with another headlamp review, this time from Mossy Oak. Now this here model number is the MO25011. Now I was sent this by them directly. They wanted me to feature it here on my channel. This is definitely geared towards that hunter or outdoorsman. Headlamps come in very handy for me as well. Comes in this box. This also has the wave on and off sensor. So let's wait no further. Let's open it up, see what's in. Now this is a complete kit. It comes with everything you need. Get everything out of the box first here. One USB Type-C charging cable. And you get one user manual. Kind of fold it up here a little bit. So it does have a output chart here. So we're going to go ahead and do that for you. Right here, hopefully you can get it to focus there. As you can see there, 400 lumens is the highest output that this can do. Now if you need more time to read those, go ahead and pause screen. Otherwise, let's get this out of the package here. Now it's my first time ever reviewing a Mossy Oak, so it's nice to be able to get a new product. They did see my channel and they wanted me to showcase theirs, and more than happy to do so. I'm going to take the band here, spread it out. There it is. The band has a double sweat guard on there. A little sticky at first, but it feels okay now. And the sweat guard goes all the way around the band. That's unusual. Normally it's just up at the front and the sides a little bit. But it is stretchable. Doesn't interfere with that. Nice camo outdoor look. Thing's got some weight to it here. Yeah, I think it's still within my carry range preference, that is. I really like the light duty ones. Adjust that height and angle of the beam once it's on your head. Locks into place, got little clicks, presets. I'll show you the back here. Show you the battery that I'm trying to show you. The battery milliamps is 1000 milliamp on that. But the nice thing about it is you can open this up. It's got a little kind of a door. It's kind of nice so you don't lose the other half. There's the charging port. Now you can charge it in the headlamp the way it is right now, but if you are in a pinch and you want to charge this separately while still needing to use the lamp, you can do so. It runs on 3 AAA batteries. I highly recommend you using the lithium, especially if you store the light. Just a word of caution, the alkaline cells, they'll be good if you're going to use them right away, but they are not good for storing. Even if you use a rechargeable cell, you can do so as well. Got less chance of them leaking and destroying the light. Do have a rubber seal here. This is an ABS plastic housing. So when you want to lock it back closed, put it like that. Now it's closed and locked. Now this here is the, looks like a battery level. Not too sure if that's a sensor. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look here at the LEDs. Got 2 different types. This is the flood. That's more of your throwing beam. This is the cob LED. This is the special optics with an LED behind that. It's going to give you your distance. That's what that looks like. Now the sensor might be here in the front of the lamp as I'm looking at it here on the big screen. You got your 2-switch design, power, and that looks like it's going to be your wave sensor. But ABS, plastic, these things are rugged. I have a lot of lights that are plastic. The majority of them are. And I've dropped them and pick them right back up. And they're ready to go. So it's really nice to be able to run 2 different battery sources in here. Might not be as powerful or last as long with the AAA cells. Alright, well now let's go ahead and get started with the UI. We're going to go ahead and turn it on here. Got the main LED. Let me turn it down here. Oh wow. So it does glow in the dark. That's pretty nice. So we're going to turn it on here, turn it down. Now it's got some PWM there. Not a huge fan of that. Doesn't have it on the highest output. So I'm not going to be able to show you the LED on that level. Now it will shut off. So we're going to go ahead and now it's got PWM here on all the levels, unless the battery is drained. So I'm not too sure with that. This does not have any PWM on there. You can see how that's lit up. It's a nice beam here. Now the PWM is used because they want to keep the heat of the LED down. That's what that looks like there. Now flood beams are my second favorite. Turn on that. It does have memory mode, so it will memorize the last light output or LED that you're being used. You can run them both together. Now running them both together, there's no PWM, so let me show you the LEDs here. Take a look here at the beam. You can see the spot here. I'll turn it back on the main LED, but with them all or both on, they're giving that fuller beam with that distance. And we'll go ahead and turn it on the main one and show you just the main LED there. It does have a little bit of a spill area, but it tapers off. But the hotspot is very, I wouldn't say very intense, but it's got a good little area where it focuses in. Now I'm not seeing any PWM, so I'm not too sure. Huh. Well, I was seeing PWM before. Okay. So there is a little, yeah, it's interesting because this camera, as well as my outdoor one, it's can be tricky sometimes if the light is reflecting back to it. The camera doesn't see it anymore. So I think I turned on the motion sensor there, or wave sensor, whatever you want to call it, so you can turn it on. So it is not on the side, so it is here in the front. Those 4 little dots are the wave sensors, so we're going to turn it on here and go to the flood, and we'll turn it back on to the sensor. There you go. Hands free at turn it on, turn it off when you don't need it. Now if you don't have a bug that'll fly by your head, sometimes they'll set it off. I've had that happen before. So you wave it on, wave it off. So that's your battery level indicator there. Now this battery could be low, I'm thinking that's why it's blinking. So I'm very sorry. So that's PWM is probably due to a low battery. So now I think here if we press and hold, I think from off, so it's press and hold, you now can ramp it up and ramp it down, which is really cool. You can do that on either LED. So if you just want to dial it down just a little bit, that's not preset. That's the lowest of the UI. Pretty neat little thing with that. Some PW. I think it's the battery. I'll charge it up before I take it out there. Let me turn on the other lights. Let's see if we can do them all. Ramp it up and ramp it down with them. Yep. That's great. So it'll ramp right back up. It'll ramp back down. It gives that blink when it's on the lowest setting. So that's nice to be able to have that beam with the flood and throw together. We'll turn on the main one. We're going to do it with that as well. Really like that ramping feature. But if you want the presets, you can do that as well. It goes right back to the set levels. And that's all there is to it. Let me bring it back to here, let it sit for a minute. Now show you how those glow. And that's all there is to this light. Very simple and easy to operate this. You've got that hands-free on and off. That comes in very handy if you are holding a rifle, other equipment. You can just take one hand and you're ready to go. Definitely going to charge it before I take it out there, because it looks like that it's it was blinking there quite a bit, so I want to have it on the higher outputs. Definitely, just to be on the safe side, maybe that PWM issue will be gone. But in any case, feels like well built. I'm not seeing any issues with this. And it's not too heavy, most of all. It's the ones I like. Well, let's wait no further. Let's take this Mossy Oak headlamp out. Side, see how it does in the wilderness. We are out here in the darkness with the Mossy Oak headlamp on my head. I'm going to go ahead and get started. That's the main throwing LED. 65 feet to this tree. There's the beam on the fence, give you an idea. Now it is making it across the park to the playgrounds there. So that's pretty good range. Now it's pretty cold out here. 38 feet to that water spout. 138 feet there. So it's making 238 feet. I can see the tree behind, the famous tree of life here. So that's some good beam performance here, especially for it being a low lumen output. This thing is doing really well. Probably a good 200 or 300 feet of usable light outputs. I'll show you the beam here. It's the main throwing beam. So I'm going to turn it off and go down to the next level here, because it's been on for a while. That's the next level down. It does have some PWM a little bit. Yeah. Not sure. It kind of comes and goes. So I'm not sure if it's just the camera picks it up sometimes, but other times it doesn't. Still making 138 feet there, so that's good. Let's go ahead and now we've got the flood. It's just a huge area at once here. Kind of give you an idea how wide this beam is. Wow. Just way out to the sides. This camera doesn't know justice. Just letting you know. So we're gonna turn them both on now. I think I might have skipped a level here. Let me. Next level down, then that one. Nope, I guess I didn't. Thought there was another level below. So now you got the huge flood fill along with the range here. So impressive. Alright, we'll end it over here. The famous tree of life. Changing colors. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed those night shots. Impressive beam performance here. You've got the best of both worlds, both flood and throw. Now this doesn't have a huge amount of distance, but definitely does have some pretty good distance with that LED. This LED cob, of course, is just a huge wall of light. 400 lumens, you know, it's plenty of light, especially if you're wanting to have a balance of both runtime and, you know, of course, light output. The battery here is plenty powerful enough. I did charge it. It was quite a bit low, so it is nice to see that your battery level indicator will blink when it's getting not critically low. I'm not sure if this will change colors. Some of them do, but this one here was starting to blink, so maybe that's a early indicator. I didn't have any kind of battery level to see what it was at, but I did charge it before going out there, and this thing works flawlessly. It's got a nice rugged construction. I'm not seeing any issues. The band is comfortable. I've got a big head, so you know, you've got more than enough that this can fit. You could put this even on a kid's head. I prefer using these. I used to use them with my kids back in the day. I didn't want them handling the lithium cells, so I always gave them the battery alkaline cell, and I always carried the cheap little headlamps back in the day and make them wear them, especially during Halloween or any kind of camping trip we would do. So that was a nice thing. They always carried either a glow stick on them. So, but this here for hunting, working on the car, anything you need hands-free, this is going to be just fine. And most of all, it's budget friendly in my opinion. This here is nice quality overall. ABS plastic. This thing does not run hot at all. Even on the highest output with both LEDs running, it didn't get hot at all. If it does get warm, it's inside the case and I couldn't feel it. It's cold out there tonight. And plus the wave sensor is nice to be able to wave it on. If you got your hands full and you only got one arm, one hand, you can wave it on and wave it off whenever you need it. Going in and out of the house, that's nice to have. Forget you have it on, wave it off, and wave it back on when you go back out. Or if you're not needing light at that time, you can wave it off, not having to reach up there if your hands are greasy or whatever. Comes in very handy. Well, I want to thank Mossyoak for sending me this headlamp to review. Now, if this particular model number is something you are interested in getting, this is more of the kind of a hunter's camo version. The model number I gave to you earlier. If this is something you're interested in getting, I will leave a link down below this video. I am working on a special discount code. If I do get that, that'll help you save some money on this headlamp, just in case you're interested. Well, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please share, like, and subscribe. That way I can bring more of these headlamp kits from Mossy Oak to you in the future. Thanks for watching. Take care. Well, let's take this outside, see how it does in the wilderness.